Let's try it that way. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The October 9th, 2025 meeting of the Medford Planning Commission will now come to order. Excuse me, Kaylee, can we have a roll call, please?
Rachel Bennett.
Here.
Brad Bennington. Larry Besco.
Here.
David Culbertson.
Here.
Mark McKechnie.
Here.
EJ McManus.
Here.
Jared Pulver.
Here.
Jeff Thomas. Jim Wallen.
Here.
Roll has been taken.
Thank you, and we have a quorum. Tonight's agenda is available on the city's website for those watching from home. The order of business this evening will consist of consent calendar and written communications, minutes, public hearings, and reports. Item 20 is the consent calendar and written communications, and we have no items on this agenda piece this evening. Item 30 is the minutes. Have commissioners reviewed the minutes from the Planning Commission meeting of September 25th, 2025? And if so, are there any additions or corrections to be noted?
Mr. Chair, just one correction. My name is misspelled on the roll call vote.
Oh.
Just proving that I read them.
Okay. All right, then, if there are no other corrections, the minutes will stand as corrected. Item 40 is oral requests and communications from the audience. This is an opportunity for members of the audience to address the commission on matters that are not on tonight's agenda. If you wish to speak, please come forward to the podium, sign in, and tell us your name and your concern. Okay, seeing nobody, we'll move on to item 50.1, ZC 25-226, LDS 25-227. Consideration of Maple Park subdivision, a proposed 12-lot residential subdivision, along with the zone change of property from SFR 00 to SFR 10. The property consists of a single parcel developed with a single-family residence and totaling approximately 1.57 acres. The site is located at the northwest corner of Nicholas Lee Drive and Maple Park Drive. The applicant is Esteban Gonzalez Duran. The agent is Richard Stevens and Associates, Inc. The planner is Dustin Sievers. The applicant has requested to continue this item to the October 23rd, 2025 Planning Commission meeting. And do any of the commissioners have a question regarding this particular item? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion to continue to the October 23rd meeting?
I think staff wanted to make a comment.
No, they didn't.
Does staff have information?
That was me to ask them. So we determined that nobody here needed any additional information, so.
Yeah, that's up to you. It's up to the commission.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I think we communicated with the commission the errors that we think were made, the procedural problems, and the tidiest way to handle the matter is to just continue it, and we'll hit restart.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Chair,
Yes.
we don't need to do anything procedurally, though, in terms of like opening record or anything like that?
So we took the liberty to go ahead and send property owner notices for the public hearing for the October 23rd meeting. So at that time, we'll reopen, because the hearing was closed, so we'll reopen the hearing on the 23rd. And it'll be like a new hearing. Okay. What I would ask, though, and I think I sent an email out Wednesday about if you want to participate on the 23rd, we'll ask that you watch the proceedings from September 25th.
Which, just not to steer anything, but I'd encourage all of you that weren't there to do that, because I think we only had 5 people at that meeting, so quorum could be an issue if we didn't have, potentially, if we didn't have, whatever. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay.
Hearing nothing else?
Hearing nothing else.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, yes.
Maybe just for informational, not that I'm not looking to continue this. What about if we don't continue it? What's the protocol there?
So at this point in time, no decision has been made. So if this commission doesn't render a decision, what will happen is we'll run afoul of the 120-day rule. Because there would be nothing, there's no final decision at this point, so the applicant couldn't even appeal because there's nothing to appeal. So what would happen is we'd run out of a 120-day clock and they would file a writ of mandamus and then the court would make a decision.
Thank you.
Where are we at on the 120 days?
We have time because they continued it to the next meeting. So.
And that was at the applicant's request.
Yes, yes. So I did communicate with Mr. Stevens about the issue, and we came up with this as a solution. But I'm not concerned about the 120-day rule at this point in time, as long as the commission goes ahead and continues the item.
No problem. Well, before I make the motion, I would like to put on record that I have listened to and watched the testimony from the September 25th meeting, and I am prepared to say, Mr. Chair, I move to continue ZC-25-226 and LDS-25-227 to the October 23rd, 2025 Planning Commission meeting.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Kaylee, can we have a roll call, please?
Jim Wallen,
Yes.
EJ McManus,
Yes.
Larry Busco,
Yes.
Dave Culbertson,
Yes.
Rachel Bennett,
Yes.
Jared Pulver,
Yes.
Mark McKechnie.
Yes.
We have 7 yeses.
Thank you. Motion passes. And that concludes tonight's public hearings. Moving on to item 60.1, Transportation Commission, Mr. Pulver.
We haven't met, just a reminder, which not to steal Kelly's thunder, but I think we have a joint study session on Monday with the Transportation Commission, so you guys can tune in and enjoy the company I share once a month.
Okay. Site Plan and Architectural Commission, Ms. Aiken, are you prepared to stand in for Jeff Thomas?
I will certainly do that, Mr. Chair. Thank you. So, where are my notes? Oh, we just had a continuation last week. I think I've mentioned the Hyatt Park project. It's 500 units down on Coal Mine in North Phoenix. So we've been working with the applicant on some design issues, so that will be continued into November. If I may just go ahead and continue, if that's all right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So for your planning department, a couple things. As Mr. Pulver mentioned, we do have a joint session with the Transportation Commission. We're going to be talking about the Transportation System Action Plan, which is not the same thing as the Transportation System Plan, as the TSP. It's like a component of the TSP. So that will be on Monday. It will be in play. It's still virtual. I think Kaylee sent out a meeting invite. I think that came out again today. So
Kelly, are they completely aware that the meeting is on that date? So we don't have a run-in like last time?
they who? The Transportation Commission?
Commission?
Well, I certainly hope so. The invitation has gone to all of them.
Yeah.
And
I
it's,
supposedly did last time, too.
well, you know, our, fingers crossed. Upcoming meetings, we have business for October 23rd. On November the 13th, we have 2 items. So the item you just continued and then one other hearing on the 23rd. On November 13th, we're getting into silly season where we only have 1 meeting in November, December. I have 8 items scheduled on November 13th. And then right now, we only have 1 scheduled for December 11th. What I've understood is that it's going to be an interesting hearing for you. We may have some attendance. It's on the mountaintop development as part of Vista Point. So it's about 200 units up there. It's top of the hill. So be prepared for November 13th in particular. I think that'll be a little bit of a longer meeting. City Council last week, they approved the Edward Street Transportation Facility Plan. So recall, it's that piece between just west of Riverside. And then they continued the Downtown 2040 plan that was continued to next week, so on the 15th. They continued that item. Coming up on the 15th, we have the Downtown 2040 plan and vacation that I think may end up being continued again. Study session last night, they heard or they discussed the SPAC, the Commission Membership 2.0 Code Amendment that y'all had recommended. Right now, they're kind of leaning towards removing 2 at-large positions, so more to come on that. That is scheduled for hearing. I think it's in November. And then this is something that came out of the 2040 plan, the downtown plan discussion, was a joint study session between the Planning Commission and City Council. So we're on the agenda for March. Why so long? Because their agendas are just kind of crazy. But we are on schedule to have a joint session with the City Council. So I've been thinking a little bit about what that could mean for this body. You know, the Planning Commission has authority to direct policy. And so one of the questions that came up out of the downtown plan was, what do we do with this plan? How do we implement it? Well, it's like any other part of the comprehensive plan. You implement it through Chapter 10, through your zoning ordinance. So some of the things that will happen will be, and we've talked about this a little bit, you know, we're going to come up with a new GLUP designation that will be specific to the downtown, and a new zone district that will be specific to the downtown. So those are some of the components that will be coming for the downtown plan. So for your role, my opinion, with the council would be to help guide those policies. It's specific, of course, to land use. But I was thinking a little bit more broadly and thinking, well, I've always thought that the Planning Commission and City Council should have an annual study session, because you guide policy, help them work, ferret through policy, I guess. But one of the interesting things maybe to do with that would be to look at the department's work program as it relates to the City Council's goals and then the budget process. So one of the questions that we heard through the downtown plan process was, who pays for this stuff? Well, the city's going to pay for part of it, but it needs to be part of the budget process. So I think kind of broad thinking, and then kind of getting down into the weeds a little bit. But I think that that's an opportunity for the Planning Commission and City Council to kind of figure out, number one, is this something that we should be doing more often than every other year or every third year? It's been a long time since we've had a joint session. And then what could they mean outside of just focusing on a single issue? So anyways, off my soapbox. I think that that's all that I had, unless you have questions for me.
Any questions?
Chair, this is more comment than question, but
Sure.
if I may. So in regards to downtown plan and study sessions, so and maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but I think it's fair to say this. I think usually study sessions come about because we want them with council as opposed to council wanting them with us. And that's not meant to be a disparaging remark towards council. I just think they have a ton of meetings and bigger agendas and everything else. So anyway, I guess in that regard, and you can send out a thing to all the planning commissioners and whatever to get their input on it. But I guess for me, one of the, you know, so I spoke at council whenever it was last week, I guess, in regards to 2040 and just some of my concerns in general and as a planning commissioner. And I think we discussed it at length in our meeting. I thought that was a really good discussion. But the planning director, like, one of the questions that came up was, okay, well, the planning commission is going to see code changes related to this plan to sort of as the implementation of this plan. And I think somebody asked, well, what are those changes going to be, or what are they going to be related to? And she put up kind of this list of like 9 goals, which this isn't intended to be disparaging or anything else, but the goals were kind of fluffy, like make downtown more friendly and inviting and desirable and everything else. And I looked at that and I said, those aren't code changes, like, or, you know, those aren't things that should be coming to us to be specific code changes, or you got to break it down for saying, well, that's A, but Roman numeral 2 is this, and that's where the code change is. I think that would be really important for us and council to hear is this is what staff thinks, you know, the code changes that would be coming are. Council, are you in favor of these? Commission, you may or may not be in favor of these, but the council wants them, so they're going to be coming. And if we want to discuss why we're not in favor of them, we can throw that out there, and then council can think about it more. But I think, like we've always said, council can do what council wants to do, And like I said the other night, I don't think any of us intend to be a thorn in anybody's side, but at the same time, like, this is something that's a little more than just, code. It's kind of a visionary document too, and so I think getting us all on the same page, which I think Kelly was alluding to, would make sense. But that's a piece I think would be really valuable to both sides, is understanding the code changes that staff envisions coming forward.
100%. The other thing that I wanted to mention as far as the joint session goes, so, and this is related to the item we continue tonight, if the Planning Commission has authority to initiate code amendments. So if as a body, if you see something that is wrong with the code, or you see that that there's a design standard or something in there that's contrary to what you think should be a policy, then you have the ability to initiate an amendment, and then we can talk about that and work it into our work program and bring it up to council. But you have authority to do that. So if there's something that's going on in the code that you disagree with as a policy, then we need to open it up. And I would caution you from denying applications based on a code section that you dislike. If an application meets the approval criteria and the code standards, then unless you can be really creative, then it's going to be difficult to deny. Now I'm off my soapbox.
Chair.
Yes.
Going back to what Commissioner Pulver mentioned, I know that we've had lengthy study sessions on the 2040, but in preparation for the March discussion, is it possible, knowing if our study sessions probably have a little bit more bandwidth, can we get that breakdown kind of prior to March, so that, if there are projected code changes that support some of these vision priorities, it can more align us before the March meeting?
That's a good question. The other thing that you could do as a body is kind of tell the council what you think is important in implementing the plan. So I named, 3 things: looking at the GLUP designation, looking at the zone designation, and then maybe ferreting out uses that you think are inappropriate for the downtown, or things that you really want to see in the downtown. Maybe those are 3 things for the commission to want to talk with them specifically. My limited experience with the joint sessions, the first one I went to, nobody said anything. It was kind of awful, because really then staff's just sitting there going, wow, this is really awkward, because it's your opportunity to communicate as a body with your council, and frankly, staff shouldn't be leading the discussion. We're happy to set an agenda and help you, work out things that you think are important and that you want to talk to the council about, and then y'all can pull together and point us in the right direction, so we're all headed in the same direction. And now I'm off my soapbox.
Okay. All right, any other? No? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Moving on, message and papers from the chair. Nothing from me. Remarks from the city attorney.
No.
Propositions or remarks from the commission members? No? Okay, well then we are adjourned.